Minty Jones in space.
What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? It's Minty Jones, two middle fingers. How you going? Alright, it's been a while. I've had a lot on my plate. Yes, plates full of stuff. I would be really happy if it would have been plates full of roast chicken, roast beef, bacon. But no, alas, it was plates full of personal shit. Not literally, because that would lend me to be a complete maniac. Through balancing plates of my shit and not be able to play computer games. No, I've been spending the whole time pushing this beard out my chin. That's not true either. That's not true either. Yeah, as we all know in the YouTube community, getting a regular schedule when you're not 11 years old is difficult. There's things we need to do in our adult lives. Fun things. Anyway, you are seeing me in a game here, which you probably may or may not know. It is Space Engineers. It is one of my favorite games. You'll have been watching, for those of you that have seen my videos, my Rage Quit series. This will be a little bit different. This is some solo survival in Space Engineers. I like this game. It's an early access game on Steam. It has been early access for a few years now. It's a game made by Keen Software House, and it's they're a Czech Republic software house. So if it had been last night, you would have seen me with my cup of Russian caravan tea. It's the closest I can get to emulating how people in the Czech Republic must feel. But anyway, this game is set in space, as the name might hint. I am a great fan of the space genre. Science fiction genre, as well as horror, for any of you that have heard me mention these films before. And recently I've been indulging myself in a couple of a handful of science fiction films. Interstellar being one of my favourite that I've seen recently. I thought that was a very well made film, lots of food for thought. Watched Gravity after that, but that seemed like some Sandra Bullock and George Clooney bunkum compared to Interstellar. And I managed to have a watch of Ex Machina the other day, which was about artificial intelligence, which is quite strange because I've seen that the developers at Keen Software House are developing an artificial intelligence algorithms for true artificial intelligence, which is scary stuff because I think we all know the singularity. We all know the singularity. Yes. And what that might mean for the future of mankind. It could be pretty bleak. It could be. So yeah, Space Engineers. This is the closest you'll get to going to space. If you failed the zero-G gravity tests at NASA, I mean, it's lucky that they give you the opportunity to do a simulation instead. This game basically is a fairly hardcore simulation, and again, as the title suggests, it's all about engineering, which I must admit I'm a bit of a fan of. And throughout this series, I will be trying my hand at solo survival, which in space is bloody hard. There's several settings you can tweak in this game in order to make life a little bit easier for yourself. Being a bit of a purist, I started on realistic settings, where your inventory size is exceptionally small, and refining ore and assembling, producing objects is quite slow as well. And I actually thought my whole game had been corrupted the other day, and I was going to start again, but I made some efforts to save it, and luckily I did, which is great. So Space Engineers, hey, there is a multiplayer component to it, which I'd like to get to. I watch a lot of Space Engineer videos on YouTube, because it's one way to gain some insight as to how other people play it. There's a lot of modding going on in the community for Space Engineers. It's pretty well supported. There's some funky mods out there. But what my plan is to take you through my solo survival. It's not going to be a completely I'm running out of oxygen. Running out of oxygen. There you go. You can see it's fairly true. And there's K9. There's a Dalek. There's Tom Baker. And there's the cyborgs. Yeah. So you've seen I like Doctor Who and that I love spreadsheets. So that really puts me in exactly the right place I need to be to play this game. Since I started playing it, I've amassed a fair amount of materials, and in my game being broken the other night, there was something wrong with the refineries and the assemblers, and so I've dismantled them, and I've actually reset them up somewhere else on my base. I started this, for those of you that know this game, I started this just on the platform, solo platform. Mine's changed a little bit. And I've been developing a few different systems. Nothing major, because there is a lot to this game now that we've been updating it. The latest update was to DirectX 11, which gave us some great quality graphics and rendering. This is my little ship I've built here. This is my drill ship Mark III. It's called, if I'm right in remembering, Jemima Collie-Fiddle, which reminds me of my days watching Play School, Jemima. And again, that might give a bit of a hint to my age. But I'm pretty proud of this drill ship. As proud as you can be of something you created in the game. If we switch on the reactor, and I'm not locked on here. No, let's just do a little bit of a takeoff, and you can see my ship there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's my drill ship, obviously. It's got 5 drills at the front there. It's got an extremely flat profile, so that I can drill into asteroids quite happily, and make my way through without having the ship being unable to fit through the hole that I've made. This ship's quite maneuverable. I'll just set her down again. It's just a little flyby, a little fly round. Just take her down. So, what's the game all about? Well, it's all really about surviving in space. That's it. It's as simple as that. And what I'll do is I'll just quickly show you what's going on in my initial base at the moment. This is just my kind of starting base. I want to move out of here, pack up my troubles in an old kit bag, and get out to another asteroid, another more homely asteroid somewhere out there. You can see actually I've marked quite a few asteroids out there with the materials that they have on them to make life a little bit easier when I need to go and find them again. And I thought, if I just go in here, yep. Since my gaming name is Minty Jones, I might give myself a bit of bit more of a minty suit. How's that? That's a bit minty. Oh, yeah, that's quite minty. Yeah, yeah, quite like that. Kind of matches the green of my platform. It's quite colourful out here. It's nice to get a bit of colour in space because there's not much colour in space. So what we got here, we've got some solar panels. I was just trying out, just seeing how they operated. So I need to further them a little bit. They're not really running anything on my base. They're just there for feng shui. I've got a couple of containers here. Cargo container here with nothing in it. It was an iron ingot container. I think that was actually that attached to my one-way conveyor sorter system, which is what broke my game. So it's a little bit disparate out here. There's not much going on. I've got this container here which contains most of my stuff. I had to rescue all my ores and materials from the refineries and the assemblers and store them here for the time being. But I'll get this hooked back up into the conveyor system so I can transfer them back down again. I've got all my produced materials here, interior plates, construction components. So you just hover your mouse over them, you can see what's what. Now, there's a certain breed of people, I guess, in this YouTube community that will find this game, as my son does, very boring. And so that's why I'll probably won't just be doing a kind of unedited kind of playthrough of this. I'll jump back and forth as to when I've done something of mild interest, and you'll see me get dressed up for some things of major interest. But I'll just give you a quick tour of the base at the moment. Obviously you've seen Jemima Puddle Duck, Collywaddle, Collyfiddle, whatever she's called. She used to be incarcerated in prison on Earth for very unsavory reasons, and then she was turned into a drill ship. Because we are in the future and amazing things can happen. So Jemima, although you don't have a voice anymore, I do want to take care of you. You're a useful drill ship. I'll be keeping you around for a while. I'm wanting to do some other things. Build a couple of a welding ship and a grinding ship. I want to get a large ship built at some point. I'm going to amass a great deal of materials to do that. So that's another one in the cards. So I can store my ships on that other ship, get all my materials in there that I've created on this initial starting base, and move out. You know, call the removalists and get going. And we'll maybe venture to far edge of the galaxy. But that's for the future. So what we've got here, we've got this initial starting medical bay and oxygen generator here, which were part of the initial construction with the gravity generator. We've got the nuclear reactor, which I've got plenty of uranium in, because that's the thing that keeps you alive, is uranium. I've got what's left of my conveyor system here, hooking up a few things. Another cargo container here, which was a part of my connector. We don't really need that anymore. Might just break that down, and we might just hook up another conveyor tube there instead, getting rid of the things that we don't need. I need a steel plate to build that. Of course I do. Of course I do. What do you not need steel plates for in this game? Let's just grab some of them. Now I did increase the realism settings on the game to what do I need now? 6 motors. I increased the realism settings on this game to carry a lot more, because you actually are only able to carry 400 liters worth of equipment on realistic setting, which I played for quite a number of hours while setting up this base, but it just was too difficult in the end. and things took too long, as you'll see a lot of other YouTubers discuss as well. So yes, I did increase that, I must admit. Some people might say that's cheating, but I don't think so. I think it just enables me to do what I want to do without just going through tedium and having to cut down my videos and edit them a little bit harder. So that's the upper part of this base. We've got a little extension to the platform here, where I just fancy doing a bit of drilling through the asteroid here, just to do something. There is a lot of drilling, welding and grinding in this game. Now literally, I'm not talking about grinding as in a dungeon game or anything like that, but World of Warcraft. I'm talking about grinding objects down. But anyway, come in, come through, come on. Let's go inside to the ice cave. This is the ice cave, and you see that's where that platform runs through into here. There's some pretty coloured lights here. It's a bit like Christmas. But no, this is the ice cave. I've been drilling out this asteroid for a while, and if we come down here and down here and then down here, we'll get down to another level. Here are my refineries and my assemblers. This is where I've refitted this room out. This was the bathroom, but now I've decided to enlarge it a little bit. We've got a couple of refineries, a couple of assemblers, and an blast damn arc furnace there. I'll try and keep this to just under half an hour, this video, as the introduction to this series, which I hope you'll enjoy. We've got a couple, what have we got in here? So we've got a couple of refineries. One of them's got a couple of productivity modules on them to speed things up a little bit. We've got City SpaceX and Molly Ringwald, the two assemblers, working away, which I'll need to increase in productivity as well, so I can gain more gear out of less ore. And the productivity modules will be fitted on there and there, much like we see the two fitted on that refinery there. If I just levitate back up here again using my magician circle skills, we can come a little bit further down through here, down a number of set of staircases, down into this room here, which has got no gravity because my gravity generator has run out of its sphere of influence, so I will need to put another gravity generator down here. I might just stick it in the corner. Oh, I actually do have enough of something, probably a steel plate, to build that. Let's see if I can drop. No, doesn't need gravity generator components, which I may have some of through here. Where's gravity? Bring the gravity back. Nice one. Just jump up here. Now this is an interesting little area. This is my hand-drilled ore collection bay. This is something I was just having a little fiddle with, and using quite a few of the different armor blocks to shape a bit of a funnel where you could come along after drilling components and ore out of here, and then you could just dump your ore down this little chute, and that would ping off down there and be collected by that collector at the bottom there. I was also hoping to develop a conveyor type system. Where is, there we go, gravity generator components. I should dump some of these steel plates. I don't need 1,009 of them, it's going to be 500, so I can grab the rest of these gravity generator components. What else did I need for gravity generator? This is where the game can get a bit fiddly, because yes, I needed 60 construction components, 4 long steel tubes. 60 construction components, 4 large steel tubes. Oh god, get the right buttons. 60 construction components, Only 60, so a good 350 of them. And some large steel tubes. 4 large steel tubes, 4 of them. Yeah, so there's a bit of memory. It's like a memory-based game as well. Like that game you used to play where you looked at a tray of objects and then someone covered it up with a dish towel and you had to name however many objects that you could remember with your amazing mind. Alright, so let's just quickly get back down here. This area is going to be, well, I've got no idea. Really got no idea, no plans. I'm just wanted to build a little bit of a room structure within this asteroid, just for fun. There we go. I've got everything I need. Yeah, looks like it. Oh, I need another 38 computers. Alright, there's always something. There's always something. Alright, so let me just go and grab these. Yeah, so as I said to you, you singular viewer, because I'm a very personable chap, I will be looking to build up my stockpile a little bit more in order to build a couple more small ships, the grinder and the welder, because I'd like to turn down the realism settings again, maybe to 3 times the original amount, because as other people have mentioned, it gives you a little bit more incentive to build these other systems that aid you in tedious tasks like welding, especially when you're welding a big ship, which takes an extreme amount of materials. So what did I need? I needed 38 more computers. Let's just, watch computers. Where are we? Computers. Here we go, 304 of them. I don't really need 304 of them, that's 10 times a minute. But anyway, let's just take them because I want to be quick. Yeah, something I did try and develop earlier here, which I'll show you in creative mode at some point, is a conveyor system. Now, there's that conveyor system I was talking about inbuilt here with conveyor tubes, but the one I was looking at was a physical conveyor system which actually moved ore along a belt. There's no belts in the game. Oh, look at that, now we've got gravity. I can walk. I can walk. And look, it's the outside. It's the outside. Brilliant, eh? I'm going to build some windows in the end here so I can have a look out into the glades and valleys of space and admire the sunset, which never sets. Yeah, so I tried to make a conveyor system. It was a bit glitchy. I used rotors and small tires for it, and on the whole part it was pretty good. But yeah, it was a little bit glitchy, and it did work, but yeah, it introduced quite a bit of lag into the system. So I did try it out in creative mode to build that there, and it looked pretty good. It looked pretty good. It's something that you could use somewhere within this. So that's really about it for this video. Next time I see you, I probably won't have done that much more. Built a couple of modules onto my reactors and refineries and assemblers. I didn't mean reactors there, I'm talking voltage. And yeah, I might have finished this room down here. Might have put some walls and maybe a door in somewhere. I'm very excited to put a door in somewhere. And I'll have hopefully completed my conveyor system as well. And then we'll get on to building a couple of little ships. My welding ship is going to be my first port of call. And then we'll take it from there, everybody. But so far it's been an introduction to Minty Jones asteroid base, which I'm flying away from at 100 million miles an hour. I hope you've enjoyed this series so far, because it's only been 24 minutes and 42 seconds long. But we'll come back again to you next time. And this has been Minty Jones, and he's gone.